Have you ever thought about just opening your own manga publishing company so you could just bring back those titles or bring those titles into English as you've always wanted? It's something that I've thought about. However, I don't know if I am physically, mentally, or financially ready to even think about starting to do that. So it's more of a fever dream. I don't actually genuinely think I'm going to do that at all. But man, it would be kind of fun to be able to try to bring some of those series that I'm really interested in to English. I know some of them would be very hard. If you know my list of manga that I would like to bring to English. However, hello everybody, this is That Manga Dude, and welcome to a kind of unique video, in a way, at least recently, because I've been having more time to make videos, so I've been having more time to think about what I want to make, and August is a weird month where it has a lot of weeks, so I'm not able to do my typical FVI or reading log or pickups videos it's like this certain amount of time. I have to wait a little bit longer in terms of my typical schedule. So I put in this video, and this video is, please somebody save these titles from not finishing. So I picked three manga series that I am a huge fan of, that I really enjoy, that I think really should be back in English to at least finish. Whether it's in omnibuses, I don't really care. I just want someone to please pick them up so we can get these finished, like, at least physically. A lot of these series are beloved by fans here in America and across the world, really. But this is obviously more about English releases because I know some of these series have been released in other languages, but I can't read anything other than English and Spanish. And Spanish is questionable because I can't read Spanish that well, so I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. And I do know there's one series on here that is being reprinted in Spanish, so yeah, I do know about that. However, I want this to be an English print, so yeah, let's get right to it. Let's get started right now. Okay, so the first one I'm going to talk about is probably the one that I think is going to be the least chance of coming back. One, because it's really long, and two, I think somebody owns the series or probably doesn't anymore in terms of the licensing rights. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. It's really not like said why. I mean, there's obviously a couple of speculations, but let's get right into it. That is Gintama. So Gintama currently has 23 volumes out in English, with a total of 77 volumes out in total in general in Japan. So yeah, this series I think is a pretty big long shot, not gonna lie. I do think that if it were to come back, Viz is probably gonna pick up the rights again and do omnibuses, which I wouldn't mind too much, because my volume 1's actually kind of beat. I didn't realize that until I pulled it out. But yeah, my volume 1's kind of looking not so great. Anyways, if you don't know what Gintama is, or Gintama, I don't know how to pronounce it, so please yell at me in the comments because I don't watch the anime. This series is about this guy here on the front, Gintoki Sarada, who owns a, like, kind of do-whatever agency, or whatever you want to call it, like a favor agency. They'll do anything for you. It's him, Hachi, and the girl here in the back. And yeah, it's about their antics and stupidity as they proceed to do this. I know there's a lot of like different stories, a lot of background stuff, how Gintoki used to be a samurai, and then some stuff happened with aliens that caused him to have to basically degrade himself in a way, or like de-samurai himself. There's a lot to it, but it's a really funny series, even if you don't understand some of the references, because Gintama is filled with references, especially towards like other anime and just overall like Japanese media and Japanese like jokes and stuff like that. So yeah, some of them it doesn't really make any sense, but overall Gintama is still very funny. Hideaki Sorachi made just an absolutely hilarious series, and yeah, I think it would be great to see it finished at least. In some capacity. It's most likely, if it were to come back, it's going to be finished digitally, which is fine, but I don't read digitally, so this is me being selfish. I just want this printed. At least finished printing. I know it's a lot. It's like 50-something volumes to be able to finish it, but yeah, just a personal one for me. Alright, up next, this is another Viz. All these books / manga series are all Viz. Because Viz was notorious for canceling series before they were finished during the mid to late 2000s. They haven't been doing it recently, which is great, but definitely saw some series end way earlier than they should have. But this one is a little bit more plausible, I would say. Has 16 volumes in English and 42 volumes in total. That is Reborn by Akira Amano. This series is super awesome. Follows a story about this guy. Where is he? Suna on the back. He's kind of a loser, kind of like nobody really likes him, but he is like super like weird, I guess. But he is going to become the head of a mafia family, and he's going to be taught by the baby here, Reborn, in order to become the new mafia boss for the family. And yeah, it's just a strange, weird, crazy series. But the action's great, the art is fantastic. It's like overall just a really great series, and it's kind of a shame that this one got canceled as well. I don't know exactly what it was. I tried to look it up to see like what people were saying. Most people kept saying, oh, it's just a money thing. Like Reborn wasn't selling well. But yeah, I'm not sure. I know recently somebody had emailed Viz Media and they said that they actually lost the rights to Reborn to publish it, so that could also be playing a factor into it as well. But I think that this series should definitely come back. I think there is a market for it here in the US nowadays. Maybe not during the day when it was coming out, but yeah, I think that this series is definitely popular enough that it would actually do decently well, especially if it gets advertised a little bit better, because no offense, like I feel like Reborn wasn't really advertised when it was releasing, because I read Shonen Jump magazine basically every month from 2006 till it moved to the digital one, but they only really advertised Reborn like a couple of times, which is kind of a shame. And I think that's like what played into it as well. Of course, you know, the economic crisis that happened in the late 2000s probably didn't help at all, but yeah, this is a series I do think is plausible that it would come back, and I would really hope that it does, because yeah, it's a very good series. And last but not least, this is the series that I would definitely want the most. This is a series that I really, really wish it was finished. It was only 8 volumes away from being done in English, but they decided to end it at 25 volumes, and that is the absolutely amazing, fantastic, wonderful, amazing, great Zatch Bell from Makoto Raikou. So this series, like I said, has 25 volumes in English, once again by Viz Media, and 33 volumes total. This one, I have a feeling that this one has a pretty high chance of actually coming back, but not under Viz Media. In case you didn't know, Makoto Raikou had like a huge lawsuit against whoever was publishing it before in Japanese. That caused a huge rift between them, mostly saying that like his work was thrown away, and like they took away like a lot of his color artwork and stuff like that, and like claimed that it was theirs. So there was a huge thing between them, and Makoto Raikou definitely won his lawsuit, and then eventually opened his own studio. So that's definitely playing a part into why he probably is not going to be publishing with Viz Media. However, like I mentioned earlier in the video, there is a Spanish one that's coming back, re-releasing the series, like in this new larger form. It's awesome, super amazing, but I really want this in English. And if it's in an omnibus, that's totally okay. There's only 33 volumes. It's not too bad, and I do think it has a high chance. I think it would be really amazing. The series is super good. If you don't know what it is, basically it follows the story of Zatch. Here on the front, he is a Momoto, which are like these like little dudes. Some of them are little, but basically like these kind of dolls that carry around a spell book who they're supposed to give to their masters. The spell books allow them to use these abilities and spells across the board. For Zatch, he uses like electric/lightning spells, which is really cool, like Zakare and Zakariga and Bao Zakariga. So super awesome. But he meets this kid named Kyo Takamine, who's basically this flippin' nerd. He's fine, he's cool, but like, yeah, he definitely grows along with Zatch as they proceed on their misadventure of trying to become the Momoto King for him, which basically means he's like the leader of the Momoto back in their world. But you know, we learn a lot about how like death works and how we feel towards characters and how they react, and why is it fair or unfair that some people, like good people, go away while there's bad people roaming the earth and stuff like that. So there's a lot of really great themes that are tackled within Zatch Bell, and that's not even to say about like the fantastic art. The art is really good. The comedy is hilarious. This manga is very, very funny. Not just like with Kyo and Zatch, but also like just a variety of the other characters like Kanchome and Fulgore are hilarious. So the designs are great, the art is fantastic, the story is lovely, it's wonderful, and yeah, I think this has a very high chance of coming back, and I really hope it does. So let this be the good mojo that we need to bring back Zatch Bell into the English print. So that's going to be it. That was 3 series that I really want to be saved from this hell where they're just stuck there forever for now. So hopefully they bring them back. Like I said, I think Zatch Bell is the highest chance. If the other two do get reprinted or get finished, I would be very surprised, but it would be awesome to see. So, do you have any manga that you wish had been finished in English or in your country's language? Please let me know in the comments below. That would be awesome to see what you guys are thinking as well. There were a couple manga series that I did look up that I didn't even realize weren't even finished in English, but I didn't add them because I'm not genuinely like super interested in them finishing. It's kind of way too new information for me to be able to put it on here, for me to be like, oh, I'm so passionate about this coming back. So, yeah, these 3 series, definitely hope they come back. Let me know what you want in the comments below, and you know what to do. You can like, you can comment, you can subscribe. Those are all super amazing things. And if you decide not to do that, you know, you watch this probably like 7-minute video. It's a shorter one. So thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.